series finale of Uzumaki.
中に入れてくれ。俺カタツムリになりかかってるんだ。おいたぞ。どうなってるんだ。だからいっぱいだと言っただろう。いくら見張ってでも侵入してくる奴がいる。結果がこれだ。俺たちの体は試合へ試合しているうちにねじり絡まり、もう解きほぐすこともできない。
Uzumaki series finale next Saturday at 12:30 in Toonami. Next day on Max.
Get back here.
On the 1-hour season finale of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Swordsmith Village.
I'm not letting you escape. I'll chase you down to the depths of hell. There's no escape. I will decapitate you.
Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Swordsmith Village. Next Saturday at 1:15 a.m. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Hello and welcome back to Saturday Night Shoggy. It's been a while, but we're back. This is Marion speaking, and with me today I have my usual co-hosts, Sakaki and VLord. Say what's up.
What's up?
Yo, yo, yo.
What's poppin'? Actually, we have a special treat today because this is gonna be the first time we cover a series from Kamiki, who is they're a digital manga publisher who actually licenses a lot from Shoggy. So it's actually kind of exciting to dive into that section of what's available officially in English. So
Yeah. So like Kamiki and their partner Link, you have like a partnership with the online publication Manga 1, which also publishes a lot of Uri Sunday stuff. I still don't understand the difference between Uri Sunday and Manga 1. Do you know the difference, Sakaki?
Don't either. And we've been through this before, but Shougakukan has like they add new publishers, like we buy new underwear or wear new underwear. They come to them for no reason. And us. But yeah, no, I don't know the difference either. They both seem to operate under the same thing.
Yeah, the only thing I've really noticed is that Manga 1 tends to get the new chapters first, and then Uri Sunday gets them later.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then of course both of them sort of get Webry on Webry too. So anyway, yeah. It's a lot. But yeah, like, well, is this the first Uri Sunday series we're talking about?
no, not Uri Sunday, but specifically from Kamiki that's been licensed.
No, I was just asking, is it?
I don't think so.
It might be. Like, I think it is.
Yeah, no, I think it is.
Oh, we might have talked about a Uri Sunday series on another podcast.
We've talked about them in passing, but not like a episode dedicated to one.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there we go.
This is our first deep dive, so to speak.
Uri Sunday, yeah. And yeah, today we're presenting Killer in Love, Koi Suru Sasujinki by Enma Akiyama, which
Bro, this shit was wild as fuck.
It was definitely out there.
I looked into Akiyama, like, and I'm kind of surprised, because, like, okay, like, and of course I'll talk about this more later, but, like, now WSS TV, we took a poll and everything, and people want to know what we're reading. So I was going to do a thread about this eventually, since I'm reading it, but I looked into Akiyama, and she's, I don't know a nice way of putting this, but she's older than I thought she'd be, because this is her first, like, series? Like, she's done a couple of one-shots for Jump Plus. And she was, like, the illustrator.
Just out of curiosity, do you know the names?
Oh, I actually have them open.
She did a short-lived series for Media Factory, I think. It was called Killing Me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one's actually licensed by Yen Press.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see that too. But yeah, the series, the Ningen Maid Robo Meiruru, this one.
That's her name.
Where's the next one? Kyuketsuki ni Shite Shio, which is the bit I read of that. I only kind of skimmed that one, but that's like it's sort of.
So she likes blood, I'm guessing.
It's kind of reverse Call of the Night, where like the dude's the vampire and the girl wants to be a vampire. So
Okay, when you said reverse, I was thinking literally like a chibi vampire where she gives blood.
no, like yeah, that one.
Oh man, I should reread that.
I think that one was also in Jump Plus, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe she's going to Shueisha next.
I mean, she did those two for Jump Plus. Then she did like a short, like a I guess it's a short story collection for it's Beam Comics. So and that Beam, like the
Oh, okay. I thought like Mr. Bean.
no, like no Beam Comics. I don't like they're
Mr. Bean is my favorite.
they're like aren't they the one that published Harda, or is that someone else? Like
Actually,
I don't remember if it's them that do Harda or some other. I don't remember their name.
Enterbrain, you mean?
No, that's the. No, it might be Interbrain. I don't know.
no, Enterbrain is harder.
Okay, Interfact. Let me look at that Beam. Oh. But anyway, she did a short story collection for them, Comic Beam. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. It is Interbrain. So yeah, that is them. And she did like illustrations for like a multimedia project, which I'm trying to see. I don't see the name like right away, and I don't want to like look. So, but yeah, it looks like Koi Suru, Killer in Love. It's like
That's what you keep.
yeah. It's her first like it's the first thing for Shougakukan, and
First serialized, or
well, I mean, like VLord said, she did like a short thing as well, but like.
okay. But for Shoggy.
Yeah, for Shoggy. I just the reason why I say I'm just surprised is that she's like almost 50, and it just feels like, I mean, it's good. I'm not definitely.
That's Pog as fuck.
Yeah, look, I'm definitely not trying to say that that's a bad thing or that's a mark against her. I was just kind of surprised when I saw her age and her output.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, her age and her output. And it's like I was expecting her to have like at least a couple of, even if they're all short-lived series, at least more than what she has out. But hey, and I mean, she used to publish under the name just Akiyama, so that's what made finding some of this stuff a little difficult. But like, yeah, then I found like her. I guess you can call it like, I forgot what things called, or link tree. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was interesting to see that. I mean, it's reminiscent of the author of Ranking of Kings, because he also used to have like a daytime job and only started drawing manga when like in his like late 30s, early 40s. So, and that took off and became a big deal. So yeah, it's something similar to that, I guess. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, it's a pretty short read, 5 volumes. Yeah,
5 volumes.
5 volumes? Jesus.
Yeah,
I read it in an hour.
I mean, I had to stop because I had things to do yesterday, but like I did, yeah, I essentially read it in like an hour.
I think it took me 2 hours. I read it this morning.
Yeah. I read it last night, and then like, yeah, I mean, I just didn't put it down.
Yeah, I think.
But I did realize after like 10 or 20 chapters that because we were using VLord's account, when I opened the new chapter, it would skip page 1, and I was like, oh shit, I must have missed all this.
Yeah, it was doing that for me too, and I was like, hold on.
Do that for me.
Maybe because you were the first one to read it.
Maybe, yeah, that might be it. But yeah, no, it didn't do that for me. Like, actually, this is my first time really even using Comic Key, and I was impressed. Like the work on this, the
lettering was dope.
Yeah, the lettering and everything, the translation were all really solid. Like, I mean, a new Comic Key.
I gotta cut you off. There was one chapter where I think one thread was repeated like twice, and I'm like, oh, it was that good, huh? They gotta.
Like, I wasn't sure that was like intentional or not.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too, and I mean, like, I was looking to see if maybe there's like at least a little change in artwork, because we're used to we've all read Comey here, and that's the thing Oda, not that one, would do. but like it looked like it was just repeated.
Yeah, and then like
Probably
it's like the same page twice, like that spread, and then half the page.
the second page of the spread after or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was funny.
yeah. Otherwise, I had a good experience with Comic Key. I might actually get into properly getting an account there.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I haven't used it personally yet is because the model of like buying like in-app currency to purchase the chapters and shit, like I spent so much already on Tapas, Tappytoon, and Webtoon that like I'm like.
So one thing I will say though with Comic Key is like you can still read like 6 chapters free a day for every series, I think.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
I'll be a little more
I mean,
I'll hunt some more stuff down then because
I mean,
obviously what is it called, options like that are very good, like very useful.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like 1 chapter you get to read without ads, and then the other 5 you have to watch like a short ad or look at a short ad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I just haven't used Comic Key because I read most stuff in Japanese. That's just me personally. It has nothing to do with them or anything. But I'm pleasantly surprised by their service, so maybe I'll actually.
Yeah, the app is good.
Yeah, it's good. It is.
I think it helps that if I can fucking turn my phone landscape, the app works also. Like, oh, I feel like that's the most basic thing that a bunch of readers don't do.
Looking at you, Manga Mo.
Oh,
Like even on the Jump app now, I've noticed on newer like iPhones, if you try to go landscape mode partway through a chapter, the Jump app like glitches out.
wait, like the Weekly Shonen Jump app, or like?
Yeah, the Weekly Shonen Jump app.
Well, all the more reason why I'm glad I stopped using it. No, I shouldn't say that.
I mean, it works fine on like my iPad. I guess it must be like a formatting thing with like the size of like newer iPhone screens, since they're no longer like perfect page size.
Probably.
They became too long.
Long man. Anyway, all right, so I guess now we've talked about everything surrounding the series. Like, I guess we should jump in and talk about the series itself. Again, yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than that was a ride. I kept there were so many. I guess to explain the premise a bit. Basically, I'm so sorry I don't remember this guy's name. I don't remember the main character's name. That's really bad. But I guess that's kind of good because like it kind of plays to his character being this kind of forgettable dude.
Suzuki?
Yeah, Suzuki. There you go. I mean, I remember the heroine, Kokoa, which that's
heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sure was a bad habit.
I mean, truly, but anyway, like, yeah, Suzuki's like, it starts off with him going to his party. Like, he's very much an introvert, so, mood. And he's trying to kind of break out of his shells, and, it was only a kiss. I guess. But coming out of his shell, and he was doing just fine until he met this girl. I mean, basically, like, yeah, he meets Kokoa, and, like, they get to talking, and they realize they're both kind of introverted or whatever, and, I mean, basically, it just escalates from there.
Oh, yeah, it escalates.
A lot.
I'm tight that, like, the one guy who doesn't fucking die is the first bully.
Yeah, that... God, I wanted him to die. I really didn't like him. I think that you have to survive. And then, like, the one girl that I wanted, the girl, like, his friend, Rika?
Oh, his cousin?
Yeah, her cousin. Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace. That was a real one.
Did she survive?
I mean, she's alive, though. She
That's
just
what I thought.
got injured.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I saw her towards the end, like, or whatever. But, like, okay, so she did survive. But that's good, because I was kind of worried. Cause
I read too fast then.
I was kind of worried that she got killed. But I'm like, no body, no, it's the anime rule. If you didn't see a body, then But basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, VLord. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's like her in like the prison visitation center.
Yeah, that's
near
I
the
was
end.
thinking I saw her there, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, they him and Suzuki and Cocoa, they're talking at the party or whatever, and then like I guess the one bully dude that survives unfairly, so he's like picking at him because like he likes Cocoa too, and he can't spit it out, and then she's obviously like connecting with Suzuki, and that leads to, I guess, kind of indirectly, he like, I mean, not indirectly, but he defends her because he's like, okay, this is like a girl I kind of like a little bit. And then she comes later and asks her to kind of be her cover boyfriend or whatever because she's being stalked by somebody. And then that leads, the stalker guy shows up, and then they have a whole altercation, and Suzuki ends up killing him. And the bodies just stack up from there. The bodies just keep hitting the floor. So,
Yeah, you know what? Like, all right, let's get into it. This series has a lot of death. This series has a lot of violence. This series has a lot of trauma. I think what's interesting about it is the fact that, like, oh my god, like main character, what's his name?
Suzuki. Ryuto, I just remember saying, because I remember the kanji in my mind's eye now.
I think your name is actually really cool.
Yeah, I just remember that. Yeah, Ryuto. I was just like, his name is actually really cool because it's like Dragon Dipper.
Yeah, actually, when you say it like that, it does sound fun.
Yes.
I just knew the dragon part.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Dragon Man or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Hito or whatever.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh man, this guy is poor. So this poor kid is so tragic. He's just in this fucking cycle of I don't want to call it misanthropy, but like he's just bullied and like beaten down and shit. And like once he finally like tries to take a step in a different direction to try to fit in and like make friends and shit, he's just surrounded by such a miserable guy. This dude who just like kicks him down in order to like prop himself up and shit. And even when he finally meets a girl who's like seems to be interested in him, it turns out that like, oh no, you're terrible for each other because you've both been suffering, and like normally this could mean that you can like lick each other's wounds and shit and like heal from that, but it's just such a toxic relationship because the expectations are just completely like,
I mean, they
don't see each other from who they are.
Yeah,
They both project onto each other like, oh, this person's gonna save me finally, and it's just like, no, you're idealizing someone who doesn't exist. And then like that actually comes up later, which I thought was like amazing, because that kind of talk in relationships never really. There are so many failed relationships that happen because they don't get that level of communication, and that what's fucked up is that that communication comes up basically by the time that like the relationship is in shambles and it's like unsalvageable because of like all the atrocities that had to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one thing I have to say about Kokoa is like, I kept expecting the other shoe to fall about her and she to be a manipulative bitch, which she is, but isn't. Like, it's very, very subtle. Like, she's also broken. Like, because she kept making these, like, looks, and I was fully expecting her to be like, haha.
She was making yandere faces, and I'm like, oh, is she, like, grooming him into being a killer or something?
Yeah,
like, on purpose?
I was fully expecting her to, like,
but nah, she's just like, ooh.
She's just like,
protect me.
Yeah, she's like, I was fully expecting her to be the final boss, but no, she's just as broken as he is, and it's just, all she really did legitimately just want somebody to love her. Like, it's
right,
and she just had a knack of picking, like, I mean, I guess picking, like, well, I wouldn't say even picking, it's just that, again, she too idealizes a relationship and getting out of the issues that she had, which is that she just wants affection and love for who she is. And most of the people that she, rather than love herself for, find somebody who loves her for who she is, she just kept kind of trying to kind of change herself to be more accommodating. And then the minute that she even says that, the minute that she stands up for herself, then like dude's like, I'm just here to bang, baby. I'm not here for, to love you. Like that.
Let's talk about sex, babe. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, like
Before. And she's just like, Drake, no.
But yeah, I really do like how like all those scenes are kind of framed around Coco and like this kind of unsettling feeling you get. And then as by the end you kind of realize, okay, that's also playing into that idea of like idealized reality, that the reader is having this idealized assumption about Cocoa, just like how Ryuto is in a way. And in the end, it's really that she's not this goddess or like some super villain. She's just a normal human being.
She's just in a shitty situation. Well, her whole life has been a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I really like that because it would have been super easy and predictable for like Akiyama to just go with her being, the bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But she really isn't. Like,
yeah,
just
I thought the killer was gonna be her or whatever, or like she has like all these. I thought it was gonna be like some Scott Pilgrim shit where she has all these crazy.
That's that's exactly what I had in mind when like when they went to the hotel or whatever, and the other guy was like, "Yeah, I know her too." I was just like, "Okay, so is it gonna be like Ryuto versus all of her exes or whatever?" But
yeah, or I thought that she was gonna pull some jigsaw shit where she makes the exes kill each other.
Yeah. Like I mean, both of those are like
have a game for you.
I mean, both of those were like possibilities, but I actually like, again, like I said, I like how it all kind of like unfolded in the end. That like she too is just, especially. I mean, now talking,
we're all just broken.
Yeah, now talking to you guys, I think I like the ending a little bit more now. Like,
you know what? We really just do live in a society.
We live in a society. The manga.
It's like it's a bittersweet ending. Like, I remember I read some of the comments after I finished reading it, and they're like, most people were like, I don't.
Yeah, a lot of people in those comments hated it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily blame them. I mean, I'm not going to be.
It's a weird, fucked up story. Like, of course, people are gonna react strongly to it, but I think honestly, it's good for being unique, and the fact that it's 5 volumes, but it's such a fast read. I feel like I think it has I think it has cultural merit. I think that it's a good thing that this story is out there because it's weird, but it's also like. It's so strongly, I want to say not polarizing, but like it will give you like a strong impression. And I think that's probably like the biggest thing you can expect not the biggest thing you can, the biggest thing you can hope for someone who's like, maybe not like a veteran, but like trying to just like get their name out there and shit. Like, for this, this being the author's first work in Shoggy, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna forget this shit when I see this.
It definitely stands out compared to her other work too, because from what I understand, her other like one shots and short series have all been more comedy driven. So this is a big departure from that.
Yeah, it's a thriller.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, just looking at her artistic sensibilities, I do get the idea that like she probably has a really strong background in illustrating because. Like, although this is like, one of her first major serializations, the artwork's really good. Like, really, really good. Not just in the illustrations of the characters, but like the panel setting and everything like that. Some of the dual page spreads and everything, they were all really well composed. It was very easy reading, but very striking when it needed to be.
Right. I think exactly. Like it's easy. The reason I read it so fast was because the paneling just facilitated it. And I think one of her biggest strengths is expression work and like characters' faces, expressions, like the way the eyes move, the way that you can feel the emotions. I was gonna bring up that like some of the more like psychological moments where we get like introspection on certain characters' point of views. Because we get a lot of it for both Ryuto and for Kokoa. there were moments that honestly reminded me of something like Shimonami Tasogare, Our Dreams at Dusk, where it's like you get like these very creative backgrounds that they're like black and white, obviously, yeah, but you can see the emotional state, like if you see like the background shattering like glass or whatever, that's like their psyche like cracking, and like all of the pressure that they feel bleeds into like their actions and stuff. It's very fascinating shit. It's a feels like a character study on like if I would see like a random Netflix documentary on like unlikely serial killers or some shit. Like
Yeah. I mean, it kind of reminds me a lot of like Blood on the Tracks by Shuzo Oshimi, like, because he also in that one does a lot of like focus on facial expressions, panels of just like gestures and the artwork, just giving it time to breathe. It's also kind of a similar theme of like you're literally seeing someone being driven to madness in a way. And like seeing
the gradual evolution of like just Ryuto's face, like as it gets more haggard and his eyes get more dead, and like the lack of sleep catching up to him and shit. Like, yeah, it's gripping stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
As killing gets easier for him, like she definitely depicts that well, how that reflects on him. Like, you know, the first time, like by the time we get really close to the end, he's like, at first it was just like, okay, this shit's just happening. It's not, I don't want to kill anybody, but then by the end, it's just like, okay, yeah, it's the easiest way to solve our problems is just to kill this guy, so let's do it. I mean, even right down to his cousin or whatever, you know? Like,
yeah. And even like the value of his like own life too. Like by the end, he's like, okay, let's just die. It's no longer a thing that's of a concern to him. And even his affection towards Coco in a way, like when they actually do eventually kiss, like there's no dramatic or emotion he's feeling. It's just dead inside for him.
Yeah, I mean, the first time they actually talked too, which is another thing I really liked about this, is like the whole time they're saying things but they're not talking to each other. And when they finally actually have a conversation, it's just as things are completely unsalvageable, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's always talking. I mean, I would even say that they don't really even talk that much about this 5-volume thing. Like he's always has her on a pedestal as like this goddess that'll save me. And we never really get inside of her head until like her chapter. Like, I mean, we get like snippets of stuff, but it's only, and I think that like that deliberate choice, like in making us believe again that she's like got some kind of game going on, like which she does and doesn't. But I just, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, the whole time they never really discussed anything about relationships or anything like that. I mean, they talk about, yeah, let's go here where it's like, you know, by the sea, or let's go to Disneyland or whatever. But they never actually talk about what's going on.
Where the fuck is Mickey?
Yeah. And it gives you kind of this idea where it's like, okay, is Coco just very desensitized to murder or something? Or like, do they address the elephant in the room?
Yeah. And that just lends even more to her, like, you know, quasi-villainous, like, nature or whatever. Like, oh, how much killing has she seen? Turns out it's actually none. It's just, she's just into this guy, and even to the point that, like, Ryuto just, you know, asks her, are you even to me at all? She can't really answer that question. So, like, I mean, she's trying to convince herself by the end that she is, but, like, in the end, it's very much unspoken between the two of them that they're into who they think that they were. So,
yeah. Wow, Coco, you weren't a goddess. You were a Yarima Bichi the whole time.
The other point that really got me too is when, like, I think the first time we really see, like, Coco break from her demeanor is when, like, she's talking to, like, Ryuto's cousin, and you can actually see, like, that animosity there. And, like, at first I was like, oh, there's something off here. But then after, like, the final chapter, you just kind of realize that's, like, Coco is angry at herself because Ryuto's cousin is expressing who she is while she is trying to build up this own personal demeanor. that's catering towards people that so she can like attract love.
Yes. Because even the cousin just straight up says, okay, yeah, I have my faults, but I'd rather have somebody love me despite those than to try to be something for someone else that I'm not.
She was really like, must be easy. Fuck you. I feel so bad for her.
I do. I mean, I'm glad the cousin lived. Like, I mean, we don't find out Ryuto's. Like, I mean, they said, like capital punishment, so I'm assuming death for him.
Yeah, death penalty.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Could have been me. I would have killed myself.
Yeah, because they were pinning all the murders on him.
I'm sorry, that sounded very fucked up.
I mean, he wanted to. I mean, I in a way, I guess he's getting what he wants. Okay, that sounded equal. But yeah, no, he wanted to kill himself. But yeah, no, they're pinning everything on him. Yeah, and that makes sense. And the idea.
Did they ever do something with this guy? I don't know what the fuck it is. Is he like a Yakuza boss or whatever?
Yeah, that was the one thing that was weird to me. It's like they had that whole thing, so I thought they were going to do something with it, and they didn't. Which I mean,
wait, which guy?
The guy that was running
the guy that called that he framed. He is the one who ended up framing Ryuto for all the other murder cases.
So he's like the YouTuber that was working with like Yuki, and his like father was like a ministry of like defense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Yakuza without saying it.
I guess.
I mean, but as a self-confessed fan of like bittersweet endings, I got my fill with this one. I mean, it was more of a thing at first when I finished it. I was just like, oh, I mean, I like bittersweet endings, but I like them like when they are in a sense of completion, or not completion. What's the word? A sense you don't get a sense of fulfillment out of this ending. And I guess that's why, like, with all the comments, I could kind of understand why people were pissed off, because like you really are going to go into this and feel like, oh, okay, everything's wrapped up, and no, it literally is just Kokoa like living on the beach by herself, realizing I will never have my white prince on the horse or whatever. I'm always going to be on the outside of that, looking in.
Honestly, I feel it'd be a cop-out for it to have fulfillment.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
Yeah.
It's driven so much up this whole of, like, all this conflict and, like, ugly feelings that it kind of goes against everything that's been built up with the messaging.
Yeah, I feel like it is a thing where it's a kind of ending that you have to kind of sit and think on. Because, like, I can imagine if you just finish it and then comment on it, then, yeah, you're probably going to be like, what the fuck? But, like, when you sit down and, like, have, discuss it or think about it, I think that this is probably the only ending it could have had. I agree with VLord, yeah.
It reminds me a lot of, like, Inio Asano's Downfall, where it's, like, that ends on a very cynical note, but it's supposed to display this character journey in conflict. And it's not a conflict that just magically ends. It's a conflict that is an ongoing emotion that's, like, within people.
Yeah. Which live action movie of that, if you all haven't heard, so.
Of this?
No. Downfall.
Oh, sorry. I tuned out. Downfall.
Yeah, Downfall.
I was gonna say, because, like, this could probably lend itself pretty well to a drama.
Yeah.
Like a 10-episode drama.
Yeah, I would, like, yeah, I feel like, yeah, like a drama or a movie, like, I think it could do well. I
would watch this with a partner and be like, oh, thank God we're not them.
Like, I mean, most things I'm always like, I love to see an anime of this, but I actually think this would work better as like a live action drama or movie.
Yeah.
And so,
you know what fucked me up when after he killed the philanderer and he started carving up his body, I'm like, yo, the fuck?
Yeah, you got used to that real fast. Like,
I'm like, yo, relax. You could have just thrown his ass in the river or some shit like the other guy.
I feel like, yeah, like that one.
And he's just like, no, we must dispose of the evidence. And I'm like, huh?
You got really used to that super fast. Like, I mean,
I'm like, bro, it's been 20. No, was it 20? Yeah, I think it was like 15 chapters. I'm like, yo, buddy.
We gotta go Breaking Bad style where we like put in those like tubes and then like disintegrate it.
I am the one who killed.
You think that of me? Yeah, we could just throw him the link. You think that of me? You think that?
See my name.
Oh, excuse me. Holy crap.
I mean, but yeah, we've been talking about the speed and everything, but I never felt like, okay, this is going too fast or whatever. I do feel like it.
We basically talked about the whole story.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
We're and I feel like Akiyama had a pretty good handle on the pacing and everything like that. I mean, it definitely is a fast build up, but I never felt like it was like, okay, whoa, we there are a couple steps you skipped here. Let's go back a little. Like,
yeah.
I mean, normally I'm not a fan of like the whole info dump thing, like which is what happened to Cocoa's backstory, but I think it was thematically appropriate here. Because I feel like if Akiyama had like revealed her hand too soon of what Cocoa's nature is, it would have probably. I don't think it would have been good for the story. But by not,
It's good to hold back on that.
Yeah, by only seeing her from what Ryuto's point of view, I think that enhanced kind of what was going on. Because again, we were all fooled by the fact thinking that she was, some she-devil in disguise, but she really isn't. She is just a normal human being, like, and the fact that even like, they both had like pretty similar backgrounds too. Like, seriously, parents don't fuck up your kids, It's because they both had pretty messed up in the sense that I guess their parent I know that Ryuto had a sibling and his parents were like, why aren't you like him or something? Or was that Cocoa? I know one of them.
Cocoa
both had
Both had siblings. Okay, good.
Yeah, and the siblings were both better than them.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's what it was. And then okay. Yeah. I mean that's Killer in Love. Just I kind of wish that we could get like physical releases of this. 'Cause it's such a short series, and I feel like I would love to just have it on my shelf. I guess I could buy like, actually,
they should get the Death Note one-tone treatment to this.
It'd be nice. Yeah, I bought a volume 1 from Kinokuniya when it came out last year.
Oh.
I might have to buy the other volumes because the covers for them were like really cool.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, you bought it in Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, who the fuck publishes physically?
yeah, no, but I don't see like Kamiki or anyone like doing this physically. Like, it's
Maybe 7 Seas if they're scraping the barrel.
I know what you mean, but that sounded really mean.
They literally license everything.
I mean, it's true.
I mean, they licensed that one like 3-volume Jump Plus title,
Yeah.
Soloist in a Cage. Yeah.
Oh, right, that. Yes, they did get that. Yeah, that's such a weird tip up for them. But I guess it makes sense in a weird way. That means that's also super short.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might pick up the Japanese volume. So okay, that actually, I was about to ask that question. Did even Ura Sunday put it out physically? But since you were able to get one, clearly they did. So, all right, then I probably will get those.
Yeah, I was also looking at Akiyama's Pixiv. Her artwork is like so good on there.
Almost.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a lot of stuff.
yeah. Here, let me link what I
Time to check out her likes.
have here. Oh, okay, you put the Pixiv.
Oh, I said this in the group chat, but her art style kind of reminds me a little bit of Yoko Yari's in Oshinoko. Just like the way that some of the eyes are like, the way they look at the when there's like a POV, like looking at the viewer or whatever, reminds me of those kind of.
Yeah, I think for me it's like the eye shape with her. That reminds me a lot of Yoko.
I have not read
Big ass eyes.
Yokuyari stuff. I don't know, like some of the I don't know what to call it. I was talking to Colton about it yesterday. I was like, there's some shades of like Sasaki in there too. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's who came to mind for me first looking at Akiyama's artwork. It's just like, this feels very weird.
Wait, is this Act Age Family? This looks like Act Age. It's not, but it might as well be.
Yeah.
This is literally the fucking girls. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, which one? Oh, what? My bad, that came out wrong.
Oh.
Copy. Evil. Hold. Oh god. Hold on. I have to log in.
No problem. Yeah, so that like when I was reading through it, especially the black and white art, like it very much has this act dodge feel.
Oh god, what is really posted the full resolution.
I really like her blackjack art.
Wait, what are you guys looking at? Okay, I need to.
We're on our pixel.
Okay, yeah, I need to.
Oh, and Rock Holmes. That's such a good Rock Holmes.
Does that work, that line?
No. 403 Forbidden.
There we go.
Do I have to save this shit?
I guess so. Which page is it on?
She's a lot of fan art for different series that I actually know about. I don't know who this is.
Yeah, Evangelion.
Yeah, I see Utena, Lip Flappers, Splatoon even.
Yeah, Splatoon.
Okay.
Oh, Monogatari and Steins Gate.
Wow, I mean, she is one of us. Oh,
Just like me for real.
Wow, even MW. Damn.
Yuri Kuma Arashi. I see fan art of that. Goodness, brothers.
This is the one that reminded me of McDonald's.
Okay, yeah, that kind of does.
Oh, true, yeah.
That does right.
Yeah, true. So,
Wow, she should really draw lesbian.
Where's our Enma Akiyama Usazaki collab?
oh wow, that would destroy worlds right there. God, just okay. Considering that we're just going through her Pixiv now, I guess we've reached the amount. We've said everything we've got to say about.
Yeah, Killer in Love. It's good.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
And depressing. I'm not sure about that, but
do we know?
Okay.
Do we know like who translated it and stuff? I don't remember. I mean, to be
they do not have translation lettering credits, unfortunately.
Kamiki, what you doing?
yeah, that was.
Yeah, I know it was something they were going to add at some point, but they still haven't added it. Kamiki, please add it. I want to know who lettered this.
Yeah, I do too. Like again, I'm very impressed by the translation and lettering and everything. This.
Yeah, it got me fucked up. Only 35 chapters for 5 volumes.
Yeah. Yeah, nice breezy read. Definitely worth reading on Comic-Key. You know, let that be your gateway drug into more.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, one of the shorter Shoggy titles on Kamiki. Like a lot of the other ones they have are like fairly long, like Kengan, Battle in 5 Seconds.
Is it?
This one you can get through in an afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we all read it basically in a day. Like, not even a day, but like an hour or two. I mean, the fact that I'm able to remember this much as they're binging it just, that's the highest, like, praise I could give it. Because I was fully expecting to go into this podcast, like, remembering mostly nothing. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it took me a minute to remember Ryuto's name. But again, I feel like it just contributes to, like, who he is. So
there was murder. That's all.
He Hokuto Shinten them all, like. But yeah, no, like, good read, definitely worth it. I hope that Akiyama, like, I mean, I know I've seen her on Twitter, like, talking about maybe she's working on something for maybe Jump, but not like for Jump Plus or whatever. But I hope she'll come back to Shoggy, because I would definitely like to talk to her about her here again. But no matter where she ends up, I feel like she'll be great because if this is her,
Yeah, it could be like a Minami Rio situation where like she gets more success at Shueisha than she does Shikakukan.
there's too many cases like that, and I hate it.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, we are getting Boys Abyss, so clearly the process works.
Not people using Shougakukan as a stepping stone, a greater thing.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I mean, yeah, I have to. I'm still. Granted, we haven't gotten anything else, but the only Fujitsu thing we have is the Kodansha one.
Yeah, and he's still doing that new Black Museum that's going past 2 volumes.
I hope our boy will come back. And then I found out like Fukuda Mushibugyo, he's doing something for young animals, so he's also moved on. It's weird though. He's doing like a girls like band thing, and so going from Mushibugyo to that's choice. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll read it. But yeah, stay with Shoggy people. Although they have lots of new people that look lots of new talent that look really good. So
Yeah. Check out Killer in Love if you're a fan of love stalking, but good. I don't know. That came out stupid. But yeah, I think we all recommend it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
We should have listened to VLord sooner, because like, wasn't this like when Kamiki first started? It was one of the first things they had. You were reading it, right?
Yeah, it was one of the first like Shoggy launch titles on there.
Okay. Well, at least we got to read it after it was completed. So.
Yeah, I think this works really well as like a binge read too, because like you don't have to worry about like the cliffhangers. You can just get through everything in one go.
Yeah.
So I would have been tight.
Yeah, no, I would have been angry if like it ended just when like the cousin got shoved off a cliff or whatever. Like I would have been really mad to have to wait for more of that, especially since I haven't.
Okay, yeah. Look, I'm sorry. I'm going through more of her pics, and I was right. She really just likes blood. Blood and lingerie, which is like, yeah, makes sense. Cocoa, do got some lingerie.
Blood
I
and
was gonna say
lingerie.
something. I was gonna say something less tactful.
You know, listen, we're all friends here. You know that Coco's got them jugs full of cocoa.
True. Cocoa's, man.
Yeah, I mean, the other characters commented on that, so it's not even an informed attribute. They flat out say it several times. So
True.
but yeah, definitely we all recommend it. Give it a look-see.
This has been our hold on. This has been our discussion on Killer in Love. I was gonna say the Japanese name and I forgot it. But
Koisuru Satsujinki.
Koisuru Satsujinki. Yeah, it was a very entertaining read.
Oh,
Again,
Kimi
you can
ni
read this on-
Koisuru Satsujinki, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. The killer who was in love with you. Whatever. Bad localization on my part. Whatever. As we mentioned earlier, you could read this all on Kamiki. They have a website and an app. And basically, they offer free chapters for a limited time if you don't feel like spending money. And yeah, they also have a lot of other Shougakukan titles there because they're basically like a overseas partner, basically, to my knowledge.
Yeah, and I mean, they've also moved into like, I mean, not just Japanese, but Chinese and Korean now, right?
Yeah, and they're even doing a webtoon version of Thank You Iskan.
Yes, another, I think it's recently? Or is
I
it?
think it's Manga
Oh,
One.
yeah, okay. They're basically the same thing. I'm calling them the same thing. So,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, I the only thing I just wanted to clarify is if it was like big comic or not, but okay, that's online.
Now, if only we had Big Comic.
Yeah, I remember I was on the Kamiki Discord and I was like, "Are you gonna get more Shougakukan?" And they just more or less like winked and not, like kind of gave me a wink, wink, wink. So like I'm hoping, you know, I know I need to keep up with them better, but like I like that. I like that they did answer me, even though I know they can't like flat out say yes or no. So
Yeah, I mean, they have all those Square Enix titles coming though, so I do wonder if those are taking precedence.
I mean, they're getting Young Animal too. So they got what is that called? Like Asobase. They got that. Which
Yeah, Asobi I think ended though.
yeah, it ended recently. Yep, it did. So I that was something I did actually want to read. I was actually really close to buying Japanese volumes because I watched the anime and loved it. So right when I was about to hit that click that buy button, something just told me to hold back, and then like a month or two later, they announced they got it. So like I guess I have a reason to read it, even though it's not Shoggy. I know I'm disappointing.
I mean, it's never too late to jump into shit.
Yeah.
Boo.
But if you like this discussion, you can leave us a like, a rating, a review, whatever. You can listen to more of our discussions on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, anywhere you can find podcasts. You can find us there. And we also, do you still upload to YouTube, VLord?
I probably should, but I haven't in a while.
Okay, so you can expect us on YouTube eventually. I guess this is probably a good time to round this out. You can find our social medias. We mostly update on Twitter. At SatNightShoggy on Twitter. We also have Gmail where you can send us mail. Anything you want to talk about, any other Shoggy stuff you want us to cover, whatever, you can let us know. What is the email, please?
satnightshoggy@gmail.com.
There we go. And VLord, where can people find you?
People can find me on Twitter at VLordGTZ, where I usually have just been posting about all the manga that I get from Book Off and Kinokuniya every week.
True.
So
I miss it so much. I'm so close to living in LA just for that.
It's a blessing and a curse because I know I'm spending way more money now.
I need to go to the Book Off here just to see what they have. I went to Kinokuniya finally, and I got Mud and Sludge. They had the freaking the more recent art book by Q Hayashida. I was like, damn, it was the last one too.
Did you get that?
Nice.
Did you get that, VLord? Like we saw it when I was in LA. Like I think didn't we see it?
Yeah, we saw it. I'm not sure if I bought it while you were there, but I do have it.
Yeah. I think you bought it afterwards because I know we were both kind of like,
excellent.
Yeah, he bought it. I mean, probably if it's around when I go back. Like a lot of the stuff, I had to kind of curtail some of my buying because I was going after LA to Pennsylvania, so I didn't want to have to carry around a bunch.
Of course, you needed money for the wife.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly. So this time when I go to LA,
look, babe, I didn't splurge on manga.
I mean, to be fair, we made a Shougakukan purchase and buying all of Yaiba, the good one.
That's
so
true. Hey, they're both good.
Okay, no. But yeah, we did buy, and it's like sitting in my room still in the box because I don't know where to put it.
Nice.
But yeah, I did buy, I bought some Shougakukan stuff. I also bought the Call of the Night like fan book. So,
cute.
Yeah,
show me that later.
Yeah, I have a thread on WSSTV. I'll throw that up. But like,
yeah, cool.
Sorry, we took over your VLord.
Aside from Twitter, you can find me on like Mavericks.com, ToonamiFaithful.com, writing stuff there. And then aside from like all the podcasts we do together, I also do a podcast called the Dumb Weebs Podcast at Dumb Weebs Pod, which is like general anime manga discussions.
Nice. Sakaki, what about you?
Yes, you can find me at Kirobon on Twitter. Lately, I guess I've just been kind of trying to be more active there. Active more and less. But, yeah. That's personal Twitter, but where the real fun happens is at WSS Talkback on Twitter, which we have now hit 10,027 followers.
Holy shit! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
That's a big number.
Yeah, it took us this long, but I'm so happy that I keep meaning to write up a tweet to celebrate, but then like when it happened last week, we kept like we would be there for an hour and then drop down to like 9,997, then go back up. But now I think I'm at a point where we could probably actually, I mean, by the time this comes out, hopefully we'll have way more. But yeah, it's been a long road, but we're finally here. We're at the big boys table now. But yeah, that's where it's the one Twitter account. Like there are lots of magazine Twitters out there, but we're the one that actually goes through the entire magazine every week, even though I'm trying to find ways to speed run that. And hopefully that's a thing I can do in the future, because spending 3 hours on one thread is not really conducive to my attention deficit disorder. Like other than that, yeah, we talk about its news, features, all that stuff. Like I mentioned during our recording, we're gonna start trying to maybe talk more about what we're actually reading, so it's not just kind of passive. Oh, here's some news, but you don't know if we're reading Shoggy or not. So I'm hoping to probably put something up about what we talked about today there soon. Other than that, you can also find us at wsstalkback.blogspot.com, which the most recent thing there is a retrospective of 2022, which took me a long time to write, but a lot of people really liked it. Like, I wasn't expecting to see so many retweets and likes for that. So I'm really happy. Besides that, we have translations of interviews, reviews. I'm hoping to do a little bit more with the blog this year and talking about like one-shots from the Weekly Shonen Sunday, and
You already updated the look of the site too. So.
yeah, we've done that too. Like, I'm kind of sad that we had to like lose the logo.
No more GeoCities layout.
Yeah, I had to kind of do, because like it was just a thing where like the pictures were stretching across the thing, and it just really irked me. So like, yeah, I changed it now so it looks a little bit more sleek and modern, but it kind of loses that mom and pop feel. But yeah, and as I always say about that, if you're reading anything Shoggy related, hey, maybe some comic key, you like what you see and you want to write about it, please do. Like, hit us up and let us know that, you know, it doesn't have to be Weekly Shonen Sunday. It can be anything Shougakukan, reviews, or just I want to talk about this thing that I read the other day. Somebody offered to write about the upcoming Maiko-san Netflix, like, I don't know if it's a drama or a movie, which one it is. But either way, like, somebody offered to write about that. So once that's out and they've written it, then yeah, it'll be up on the blog. So definitely check that out. Other than that, I'm also on Toonami Faithful. I write things there. I should write more things. And with our good friend Colton on the Dragon Ball podcast, another DB pod, another day, another adventure, where if it's animated and Goku shows up in it, we're probably going to talk about it eventually. So, I mean, we're hoping to get back to that soon, because that's a lot of fun, and definitely check that out. I mean, I don't know if, I guess I'll bring it up. I haven't been on the Demon Slayer podcast in like more than a year.
You'll be on it soon when we go to the Demon Slayer tour.
True. Like, we got, thanks to VLord being a king, we got into the Demon Slayer World Tour. So I'll definitely have a reason to be on it then. But yeah,
Holy shit! Was it really because of that?
Yeah.
Was it? Oh shit!
Like, yeah. Like, yeah, VLord got us in, so we're gonna go. He's like, we're gonna have that to go to. That's gonna be fun, and we're definitely gonna be talking about it. So I'm on Demon Slayer podcast with, well, I haven't been in a while, but hopefully a new wave will come.
They don't know that.
I mean, it's been a minute, but yeah, that's it. But and then we're also Oversoul Shaman King podcast at Shaman King Pod on Twitter, which is obviously about Shaman King. Hope to do more talking about that soon. It's okay, you could have gone to Shougakukan, why not? But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Nice. Yeah, and you can find me on Twitter at microwavy, the E before the V, and I also have a card in my description. It's like microwavy.card.co or something. Or is it? Hold on, let me actually, because it's been a while since I clicked it. Profile. Yeah, okay, microwavy.card. Yeah, I have all my projects there. Sometimes I write reviews. I think the most recent thing I've written was the Toonami faithful breakdown for Anime NYC, which it was a little similar to the Comics Beat one I wrote, but those were different formats. So Comics Beat, I basically wrote like the winners and losers of ANYCC, and Toonami Faithful was more like a thorough, like what exactly I did and how I felt about it. So good things for both if you want to check those out. I'm considering writing weekly reviews for Trigun Stampede for Toonami, but we don't know about that yet.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I still have to rewatch the first episode because last time I saw it was at the con, so stay tuned for that, I guess. Yeah. Besides that, I think that's it because all of my other plugs are there. I'm on DSP with these guys. I'm on Oversoul. And yeah, I like co-hosting here at Saturday Night Shoggy. If you haven't already, follow and subscribe, all that shit, you know. It's always exciting talking about Shougakukan manga with you guys. So
Yeah.
Great. Same here.
Look forward to more, I guess, like writing in general from me. This year, this is like one of my resolutions because I've been way too like off the grid, I guess. To be fair, like I've been doing a lot. But I just want to be a little more not productive because I don't want to make it sound like a
job. Yeah.
If I'm not doing shit that I'm fucking up or whatever. But yeah, I just want to write more, you know. So expect more this year.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, like we did take a poll on the Twitter, and I mean, besides obviously adding more like coverage for just talking about what we're reading generally, like we wanted to add one monthly magazine to the lineup, and according to polls, guests on one. So probably starting February, I'm also going to be throwing up guests on coverage. It's definitely not going to be as in-depth as Weekly Shonen Sunday, and I'm probably...
That would be way too long.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, but it's going to probably just be just to talk about what's in guests on. And it'll just be, and it won't probably be the day guests on drops unless I'm just really just free, but it'll be just real...
Honestly, I think even with just like the cover, color pages, and author comments, that's a lot.
Yeah,
you can talk about.
Yeah, that's going to probably be the plan for like doing things with guests on and everything. I mean, we also had Koro and Sunday Super, but guests on won by really narrow margin, which is interesting. So
one day we'll get Black Channel coverage.
I mean, Jekka and I have been talking about it. I don't know if it's getting translations, but we kind of want to. I mean, I don't know how okay to talk about that here. But we do kind of want to work on it maybe after Yaiba's done or whatever, or maybe in between Yaibas. But like yeah, like Black Channel's Kino though, like if you haven't read it, I mean, when like Koro's got like a really surprising following because like I talked about one of the first things I talked about, like just to get the whole conversation started, was Unmei no Makimodoshi, or, and it has the most metal subtitle, all great achievements require time. And like, it's basically Koro Psych, but like, anyway, you could check out the Twitter for like a whole rundown of like what it's about and everything, but that runs in Koro. And
Koro is just full of bangers.
Yeah, it's a really interesting magazine. Even though it's a kids manga magazine, there's a lot of the Koro I was used to along to like that when I used to peek in it once in a while was very like silly kind of gag mangas that were based on like video games, but now they've like become a legit like magazine.
Yeah, and even the ones that are based on video games look super good. Like the fishing one that started in the January issue is like so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have a fucking Minecraft manga. They made, VLord said it, that they managed to look making.
Yo, that Minecraft manga look crazy.
Yeah.
They made Minecraft look cool.
To be fair, someone else also did that, but they didn't call it Minecraft.
I was supposed to say, I remember when VLord.
Roblox?
No. I'm talking about a manga.
Oh, wait. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
I think it's a Kodansha title. I don't remember.
Is it like the cube one?
Yeah, the cube shit.
Yeah, I saw a review. Like
Cube arts.
Yeah, I saw A&N. I think A&N did a review of it and I read that. But yeah.
That shit was kind of crazy. That shit was like fucking Battle Royale, but Minecraft.
Yeah, that's from Seven Seas.
Seven Seas, my bad, yeah.
Yeah, so. But yeah, like, definitely that's another thing to look forward to is some, getting to see guests on. I mean, you get a lot of people in there, and I mean, the Nichijou author is doing a series in that, so, like, yeah. Let me check that. Oh, shit, that means I have a reason to talk about Die Dark, because that runs in guests on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Blue Blazes.
Yeah.
Might be another reason to get Phil back on the show.
True.
But yeah, thanks for listening. This is kind of an impromptu episode. It was just something that we felt like talking about. I think if we come back soon, it'll probably be for maybe Tale of the Outcast. Once this core finishes. I don't know if there's going to be more than 12 episodes, but yeah.
Yeah, they said they're adapting the entire manga, which makes me wonder.
Yeah, I kind of wondered about that too. Like, I mean, the whole thing got a reprint and everything. I mean, like, because also, I guess on that news, like, they've also announced a second. It's kind of nebulous of what it is, but they're making it sound like, basically, it's kind of getting a sequel series on Webry. But like the way that the advertisements seem to talk about it, seems like it's like a limited edition thing that just to kind of advertise the anime. But the author talks about it like it's an actual series. So like, I mean, they put up the first chapter on Webry just to kind of talk about, how things have been going since the series ended. And a lot of shit hit them at once. As soon as the series ended, they were told right then and there the anime was announced. They were told all the voice actors. They were told everything, that the whole series was reprinted and everything. And then it was like they were receiving all this good news. They were so overwhelmed that then the editor threw it. Oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna have to do a sequel. And like they're, it's great because a panel of them is just like one panel of them just like their eye pops out and they just kind of put it back in. So like, yeah, so that's a thing too. But I mean, check out by the time this episode comes out, that the first chapter is going to be in Weekly Sunday. So obviously we're going to talk about it, but like, yeah, it's going to be way after this. So, all right.
Sounds good. Yeah, thanks for listening. This has been Saturday Night Shoggy.
In a brutal past, they called him the Manslayer.
It's about Tosai.
Now he fights to defend those who have no champion.
If you require an opponent, I will fight you.
Toonami presents the return of the greatest samurai ever to walk the earth.
I'm gonna beat down every last one of you!
Rurouni Kenshin. Next. His weapon is his mind.
Let's go.
Only Toonami.